Hey, this is Hollis. Already, come on, ready. Hey, what's up, players? This is WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long, and I just want you to know that you're watching the Jeffrey Show live, and that's real talk, players.
Hello everyone, welcome to an exciting edition of Jeffrey Show Live. I'm your host, Jeffrey Taylor. Woo! And to my right, I have George's, I was about to call you best kept secret.
Oh, don't make me steal other people's taglines.
You can't do that. You have one of your own.
I get in enough trouble already, so I really don't need to be the South best kept secret. Because I'm not a secret, guys.
Queen of the South.
The Red Queen of the South, Mika Villas. Nice and happy to be here on Jeffrey Show Live.
Yes.
What are we doing today?
Southern Honor Wrestling Rumble Jack predictions. There's not too much to talk about, but there is a few things to talk about as this show is this Friday.
This Friday.
August 9th. Bell time at 8 p.m.
Doors.
Open at 7.
Are they tailgating?
Tailgating
they
at 5:30.
You know, I do my research about places I don't go, right?
Yes. Yes, they're all over the timelines, though.
They are all over the timeline.
It's hard to miss them, to be honest, but shout out to Mean Street Podcast, the Tapped Out Podcast Network, same, and it's gonna be a good time. Hopefully, I can make the tailgate. It's at 5:30. I should be. I don't see why I shouldn't. We'll see.
Is it tailgate like with adult beverages?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tailgate's gonna be lit, yo.
Yeah, I saw last at the tailgate. I thought that it being a church and all that it wasn't, but it was lit.
Jesus turned water into wine, so let's make your party happen.
So it was definitely a good time. So I mean, just don't do anything too wild. Hopefully, you guys. But
in that case, I maybe not show up then. Okay, so
we only got, like I said, only 3 matches that I know of, and I just want to start off with the championship address. AC Mack recently won the Southern Honor Championship against Allen Angels in a street fight match, where he joined the New Era.
Craziness.
Or did he?
I mean, it looked like...
I guess this is what this address is about?
Well, AC Mack is the titles belt snatcher.
Yes.
And once again, he has taken his hands and ripped away a championship from another competitor. So,
yes.
And it's AC Mack. He loves to talk.
Yes.
He loves to talk about himself.
Yes.
He loves to talk about himself with a title.
Mm-hmm.
That could just be the gist of it. I mean, I'm not going to put words in that man's mouth because he's got plenty of his own. He could just talk about how great he is and he didn't need anybody's help, but who knows? I don't. You just have to be there to see what the new champion, because he, no doubt, is the new champion.
Yes, he is the
what
champion.
What he says.
You know, I would have liked to see AC in a matchup against Robert Gibson, defend his championship against him. You know, something cute, something low-key.
I know Robert is going to be there, right?
Yeah, he's going to be in the Rubber Jack.
He's doing a meet and greet before
the
show.
That is true, too.
You never know. I mean, card is always subject to change, right?
Always.
And AC Mack being the type of fella that he is that, you know, pops off at the mouth like other people. People don't like that. And Robert Gibson is old school.
Right.
He is somebody who will want to settle it in the ring and put your money where your mouth is. And in this case, the money is that Southern Honor title. So I don't know if we'll see that happen, but AC would be best to mind his P's and Q's because this is a former tag team champion, a Hall of Famer who will be in the building. And if you talk too much crap, you'll get hit. I had to remember this is a family-friendly show.
Thank you. We have some women's action at Southern Honor Wrestling. We can get into that.
It's about time. Every promotion in Georgia should be booking women's wrestling. This is the apex and epitome of women's wrestling in general, and the girls come hard, if not harder than the boys in most cases. And in this case, I think you're going to see what I mean. Dani Jordan?
Yes, Dani J, Mean Girls leader. Can't Sit With Us, New Era.
Taking on the debuting
Shalandra Royal.
Shalandra Royal is tearing it up here in the Southeast. For those who may not be familiar with her name, if you have watched the inaugural All In telecast for All Elite Wrestling, she sang the national anthem. So she's multi-talented.
Oh.
Not only can she sing, but she can go in the ring.
This is who that is?
That is exactly who that is.
Oh.
So I've watched Shalandra. I've watched her very first match I've seen here in the South, and I've watched her progress. Dani Jordan's gotten a lot of hype.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing against Dani and her skills, but Dani's out there and she's hanging with the boys in this New Era thing, and so she's got a lot of people and trash cans coming for her. Shalandra is doing it right. She's out here. She's training hard. She's working hard every day. She's going out here making towns, doing drives, and now she's going to step into this ring. And I don't know if this is a first-time matchup between these two ladies, but what I expect is Shalandra to try to knock Dani's head off, because Southern Honor has a lot of buzz around it. It's got a lot of eyes on it, and what better way to make your debut than to pick up a win and to take the trash out. See what I did there?
I did. That was good. That was clever. So you got Shalandra, it sounds like?
I do.
Okay.
And I'm a little shaky on it because I don't want her to get caught up in the lights, the smoke, and the crowd and what have you, because sometimes when you walk into a place that you're not familiar with, it's a little uncomfortable and you kind of get off your game. Dani's used to the Southern Honor crowd. She's used to the jeers and all the extra that happens. So if Shalandra keeps focused and hopefully the New Era stays out of the way, she can pick up the victory. She has that kind of skill. She's unknown to Dani, and I think that can throw Dani off her game.
I just can't go against the hometown person. I think that Dani J is going to win this.
They're both hometown people. They're both in the area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, but she don't go to Southern Honor, though.
Okay, she don't go there.
Yeah, she don't.
She can't sit with her.
Right.
Are you part of this Mean Girls Clique? Do you have a burn book?
I'm just going to stick to what I know.
He didn't say no.
I'm going to stick to Dani J, what I know. I feel like she's been fiending to wrestle. She's been off the card a few shows, at least 2 if I'm not mistaken at this point. And she's not only going to be in action against Shalandra, but she'll also be in the Rumble Jack.
Okay. So maybe she's looking past Shalandra and looking toward the Rumble Jack. We'll see. I hope that both ladies bring their A++ game and show what women's wrestling is all about, because people are not into women's wrestling. They don't understand. But here is a grand opportunity for both these women to show and prove what they have to offer.
We got one more singles matchup before we get into the actual Rumble Jack match. We have a rematch between Owen Knight from the New Era taking on Joe Black. This time, no towels.
No towels, and Owen may not have a head at the end of this one. Joe Black released a promo.
Yes.
And it depends on where you sit in the wrestling world, how you took the promo.
Yes.
If you're not as familiar to what the inspiration was, you might have been a little shocked and taken aback. If you're familiar, you're like, that's funny, but intense. Either way it goes, Joe Black is back, and he's looking to get vengeance. A dangerous competitor on a normal situation where it's just like, hey, you have a match with this person. Owen, along with his newer cohort, David, they set out to injure Joe Black.
Right.
They took a chair to this man's already injured leg, and they tried to take him out of wrestling.
Yes.
Tried and failed. Failed is going to be the key here again for Owen. He's going to fail to get up if Joe hits him with a lariat, with a kick, with a hit, with anything. If Joe looks at Owen too hard, it may be over for Owen Knight. I'm not exaggerating. I'm saying that Joe is focused. He's already intent, but the intensity is dialed up to 150. And with the confidence knowing that he has a partner, Will Huckabee watching his back, I don't think he's going to hold back. And his whole focus is going to be on destroying Owen Knight. Night-night, Owen. Night-night.
I completely agree with you. I picked the last time they wrestled. I picked Joe Black, and I was a little shocked when Joe Black lost that matchup when Huckabee actually got involved. So I am intrigued to see how this match this time around will play out, as I'm still going with Joe Black, and I feel like it's going to be a very intense matchup on behalf of Joe. So I'm excited to see this rematch.
We're going to see a murder live.
And what we've been waiting for the Southern Honor Predictions video, the Rumble Jack. Mika, I believe the rules are pretty straightforward. It's kind of like a Royal Rumble style.
It's kind of a Royal Rumble. It's going to be every 2 minutes. New competitors are going to come into the ring. You get eliminated by going over the top rope. When you go over the top rope, you go to the back.
Okay.
When it's down to the last 2 competitors, everybody who was in the Rumble Jack who was eliminated, they come back
to
like ringside.
Massive lumberjack.
So imagine being in the Rumble Jack and getting eliminated, and the person who is one of the final 2 is the person who eliminated you. What's going to happen? I'm thinking you're going to get some licks in if they get a little too close to the ropes or get thrown over or something to that effect. But the final 2 can only be, the match can only be won at that point by pinfall, submission. That's it. Pinfall, submission. Yeah, those 2 things. I was going to say escape from the cage, but let's not go crazy. There's no cage, only in my mind. But it's going to be wild because who is all in this? I mean, there's names floating, there's names announced. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some special names.
Yes, for sure. Because I heard there's about 25 to 30 people that's planning to be in there.
30 people?
30 max, they're saying.
My gosh. Not just men. You said people, which means a woman.
Yeah.
A woman could be in the Rumble Jack?
Dani J is in as well, for sure.
Dani J is in the Rumble Jack. I don't know if she's
going to be the only woman, but Dani J is definitely in that.
Well, that's interesting. Dani J has a match earlier on in the night, and she comes back to participate in the Rumble Jack. Will she have the stamina to stay her feet flat on the ground and not get thrown over the top rope, or will she be an easy elimination for someone?
Questioning Dani J, you also have to question Owen Knight and Joe Black, who's also in the Rumble Jack as well.
Again, lots of competitors who we know. I expect that Owen and Joe are going to have such a physical match that going against 29 other competitors is going to be difficult, if not impossible, to win based on the previous match that you had. It's going to be crazy for those guys.
We know that the number 1 entry is Joey Lynch, and Matt Lynch will be the final participant to come out.
Number 1 in any kind of over-the-top rope battle royal situation is not a number that you want to draw. Joey lost. He lost to his own brother, who will now come in as the final participant, who will be the freshest person to enter the ring when it's filled with competitors, who very well could make it easily to the final 2 because he's the final 1 in the ring before everything happens. Who knows?
Right.
But Joey got that champion heart. I think Joey has a lot to prove. And do I think Joey's going to make it to the end? I don't. I think people are going to be gunning for Joey. Just because he is that entity out there that is getting a lot of buzz. His name is everywhere. He is the king of the moonsault. What better way to snatch a crown than the downfall of a king?
We also got some people that's not usually on the Southern Honor Wrestling roster. We mentioned Robert Gibson, Hall of Famer.
WWE Hall of Famer Robert Gibson. The man's been around for a while. He's got some tricks up his sleeves. I expect him to do a few eliminations before it's all said and done.
We got a little Fabio.
Little Fabio. Now, for those who are not familiar with Little Fabio is a wrestler. Little Fabio is, what did we say our word was? Little Fabio is a little person. But again, trained professional, been around for a while, and I think that is going to play into a lot of people kind of downplaying little Fabio. It's easy to be overlooked as a small person, which means he can run around and throw people over the top rope because they're not paying attention. Low center of gravity, all that stuff will play into little Fabio's strategy, I'm sure. And I'd love to see little Fabio make it to like a final 6 or something like that. I don't know. I'm crazy like that.
I'm good on that. We have Tyler Rivera, who was assaulted by Big Cass XL at the last show. I'm wondering if Big Cass did this.
Was he really assaulted, or did he step in a place where he had no business?
He stepped in a place where he had no business.
You run up, get done up, son. That's all I'm saying.
Boom, boom, boom.
I mean, this time he's not running up. He got added to this Rumble Jack based on the beatdown he got by Southern Honor promoter Gary Lamb. So I don't know if Gary's handing out charity or he really feels that Tyler deserves a chance. Either way, Tyler Rivera gets stepped into the ring this time and prove that he is more than a punching bag. Good luck.
And we have the usual Southern Honor Wrestling favorites, such as the former inaugural champion Kevin Ray, Lee Johnson of the New Era, David Ali. We have Ashton Starr. We have Corey Hollis, Sonny Daze, Brady Pierce. Did I mention Logan Creed?
Whew, so you got the New Era in the Rumble Jack, pretty much. You've got Fear in the Rumble Jack. You got Hollis and Pierce in the Rumble Jack. None of these entities like each other at all. They've been at each other's throats. Corey Hollis has put hands on Logan Creed's wife, Brooklyn, and distracted him to the point where Fear had a kind of miscommunication last show where, you know, Sunny Daze and Ravenna Vane kind of left Logan after he inadvertently had their team lose. This is going to be interesting.
It will be.
Have all these moving parts and these parties who just don't like each other if they are all in the ring at the same time. Because again, you can be eliminated. So you could have, you could have just Logan Creed against all the New Era at one point.
It could be.
Scary.
I'm excited. I don't want to forget to mention Sean Legacy, Jordan Kingsley, and the former Southern Honor champion, Alan Angels, as well, which is all off the base roster of Southern Honor Wrestling. Which leads me to my question. We still got half of people that doesn't make up 30 people, the people that I've named. But who do you think will win from the people that we know of? Is there a winner in there? Is there? Or we don't even...
We don't have all the interest, but out of the people that we named, I think a person who is motivated, who is strong enough and talented enough, who will be hard to eliminate. There's two of them. They actually happen to be a unit. I think Logan Creed and Sunny Daze will be hard to get rid of if they are focused on just eliminating people and not gaining any measure of revenge against those who have wronged them. And there's a lot that'll be in that ring. I think if they work together, Fear could win the Rumble Jack. One of the two. Possibly Logan. He's a big tree, and it's hard to chop him down. So, focus Logan Creed could win the Rumble Jack and go up against AC Mack. Isn't that, like, what do you get if you win? Other than, you know, I won the Rumble Jack.
That's a championship matchup they're promoting.
So, that would be interesting. Logan Creed, AC Mack, the Mouth versus the Monster and Fear. I'd take that one.
Right.
Who do you think is going to win?
You know, I actually got a few people. So I go into this matchup. There's people that I would allow and be happy with winning. And that's a list. And then the actual person who I think is going to win the whole thing. So I will be okay with Logan Creed winning. I'll be okay if Joey Lynch wins from number 1. I'll be okay if Corey Hollis wins.
Why? Corey Hollis? Why?
And those are my three. Those are my three that I will only find acceptable of winning a match of this caliber. Logan Creed, I say Corey Hollis, and Joey Lynch. I think all those are ready, beyond ready for a championship matchup. As much as I love Ashton Starr, but I think I replaced him with Corey Hollis recently in my head, to be honest. Now, the person who I think will win will be Joe Black. I think that this is Joe Black's match and time. I didn't know I was this big of a fan of his, but
it's hard not to be.
But that's who I have to win the whole thing. I think that this is going to set him up for the championship. And he just caught the AC Mack in his. He
did. I don't ever really want to bet against Joe, but I think there's a lot happening. I think Joe, while he's focused on Owen, may not be ready to be focused on the Rumble Jack. But I could be wrong. Corey Hollis?
Of course.
Talented, yes. Devious is all get out. Corey Hollis.
That's what you need to win.
Okay, point.
So we just share our Southern Honor Wrestling Rumble Jack predictions. It's pretty quick. I have Dani J. You have Shalandra Royal.
Yes.
We both have Joe Black. I have Joe Black once again for the Rumble Jack, and you have Logan Creed or a Fear member.
The Tree, Logan Creed, or a member of Fear. Sunny Days. I don't know. Maybe Rivera jumps in there and just, messes up the whole bracket. I don't know.
Interesting. Tickets are still available for Southern Honor Wrestling this Friday. Bell time at 8 p.m. and they have this moniker that you never know who's going to show up. So far, they've had Diamond Dallas Page, J.C. Roberts, David Arquette, Big Cass, can't forget Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega,
Cody Rhodes. I mean, a host, a cavalcade of wrestling's past, present, and future have rolled up and through Southern Honor.
Facts.
So you want to be there because you could be looking at the future right in your backyard, right there in Canton, Georgia.
True. Where can people follow you on social media, Mika?
Follow me on all forms of social media. I am Mika Villas. That's Mika, V like victory, ILLAS. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Cash App. Hit me. I'm there. You like that Cash App?
That was nice. I like that. Might start using that. And I'll catch you guys later on an exciting edition of Jeffrey Show Live.